Give it up for the nice Jewish boy. Shalom Aleichem. Quick question, how old are you guys? 22? Okay, good. All right, because I felt bad about what I'm about to do. You look very young. If you were just a little younger, I was going to introduce you to my Romanian friend out in the lobby. But anyway. Yeah, I went from cop to pornographer. I got the nickname Spanky. I was the youngest, shortest, fattest juvenile cop in the city I worked in. Then I went in the adult video business and made 600 movies over 12 years. Till you guys all decided to whack it for free on the internet. Thank you very much. And I'm the guy that brought you $1 Million Tranny starring Hillary Skank, Harry Squatter, The Da Vinci Load, and The Blow Witch Project. Okay? And, but then I did the policeman thing. Now, you know, I'm not one for bringing my notes up here, but did everybody here have a good Christmas? I realize Josh didn't, but... neither did Richie, but that's okay. My family, we celebrate Christmas anyway. Even though my mom is as Jewish as can be, you know. And Christmas at my house was a 2-day affair. Christmas Eve, we'd open up all the presents from Mom and Dad, which is the socks and the shirts that you could care less about, all that stuff. My Aunt Maxine Gold Lundberg, another Irish person, she'd come over, we'd exchange gifts with her. And then all my Jewish friends would come over and eat our lasagna, you know? And then we'd kick them out, and then we'd go to bed, and then Santa Claus would come in the morning. And you'd run downstairs, and there would all be different sections. One for me, one for my sister, one for my brother. None of the stuff was wrapped. Santa Claus never wrapped anything, which might have had something to do with my Jewish mother's background. I don't know. But I got thinking, he didn't wrap anything, and then the stuff was all in boxes. Tonka toys, Parker Brothers, Mattel, Hot Wheels, all name brand stuff. And I realized that Santa Claus was engaged in licensing violations. You know, that him and his elves are ripping off these companies, just like they do in... Santa Claus is in cahoots with mainland China. That's the bottom line, okay? So speaking of mainland China, the Indians are now launching a ship to go to Mars. You look pretty good there. Do you want us all to turn around? It's okay, it's okay. Actually, I'm going to make a movie. Are you Hispanic, sir, or are you Armenian?
Yes.
Yes? A Mexican Armenian.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. All right. God, I put you two in a movie. We could call it Interracial Facial. I was talking to Mr. Gregorian, the Armenian guy, and I was telling him I'm going to a golf tournament in Armenia this spring, and I said, what's it like to get laid there? You got to go on Plenty of Fish, or do they have Craigslist, whatever? He says, you cannot get laid in Armenia. You can't get so much as a blowjob. I said, why is that? He says, all the cocksuckers are right here in Burbank and Glendale. So, notes, guys. How about that, you guys? Gay marriage in fucking Utah. What's next, huh? What's next? They not only legalized gay marriage, they legalized polygamy the same week. So that means they have now polygamous gay marriage. Yeah, they're going to have a show called Sister Husbands, you know? Can you imagine? You know, I used to make porn, I made a lot of gay flicks, kids. They're cheap, trust me. And can you imagine like 8 guys all lined up in their little temple garments on a daisy chain, and it's a religious experience? Or like gay marriage in places like Tennessee. I got thinking, you know, 20 states have it now. Once Tennessee gets it, I'm going to marry my cousin Gary, you know? So, I was a male prostitute. Yes, I was. But before I'm going to get into that, no, I'll tell you, I used to be a male prostitute. When I was a cop, I posed as a male prostitute. And I had an afro. It was 1977. I was 21 years old. I was very, very naive. And these old men would pull up, they go, hey dude, what's going on? I go, oh, just not much, trying to get some money to go to Fort Lauderdale. They'd mention sex and money, that's all I need. I'd scratch my balls and they get pulled over 2 blocks away. And they go to jail for solicitation of prostitution, 647B. So, I've had 14 of us chasing hookers, homosexuals, and gamblers. 2 guys working on robbery. I won't mention the city of Long Beach. But I got to thinking, what if I had to go back to that again? You know, I couldn't dress as a guy. Am I going to make any money like this? How many chubby chasers want to pay for this shit? I'd have to get in drag. Floral muumuu, Bella Abzug hat, Miss Piggy, you know, that type of thing. And get up on Sunset Boulevard because I know Eddie Murphy would pick me up. So how about this kid that got in a car accident down in Texas? AFFLUENZA. You like that? 4 people he kills. And he hired an expert that proved that because he was rich, he was innocent. So I got thinking, you know what, I'm getting audited on the 17th. If it doesn't go well, I'm going to claim post-affluenza distress disorder, you know? All right, so much for that one, huh? You know, I got to thinking, maybe I'll come out of retirement, I'm going to make a movie, you know? Other than interracial facial. I made really cheap movies, you guys. I'm good at it, but I make great box covers, okay? And so, you know, I used to do these interracial gangbangs, $100 to each black guy and $200 to the white kid. And my own private crack-a-hoe on the down low, Raisin in the Buns, you name it, those were my movies. But I got to thinking, I want to do one with a Jewish American princess getting gangbanged by the dishwasher, the cook, and the busboy at Brent's Deli in Northridge. And you know what? We're going to do the scene in the bakery. I'm going to call it Catcher in the Rye. Okay, guys. I really did used to make movies, guys. I really did. And so what would happen is I used to fly to Atlanta. Okay? I used to fly to Atlanta, and we'd crank 3 movies out over a weekend. And this is when you could still make money. And this is when I was doing VHS, okay? And it was a week after 9/11. I had a plane to catch to go to Atlanta, and the plane was broke. So they called it was in Ontario, they called us off the thing, it was Continental. I had to go to the America West counter, because Continental didn't have a counter. And the girl there says, I have to look in your bag. There was no TSA, there was no security, there was nothing, just the chick at the counter. She says, Mr. Sheriff, I have to look in your bag. And I still remember her name's Wendy, we send each other Christmas cards 13 years later. I said, open my bag with the lip facing the crowd, because inside my bag were accoutrements for the movie I was about to make called Product Development. And there were dildos called The Auger, Mr. Ed, Moby, and then all kinds of cute little vibrating accoutrements that you would want in a monogamous relationship. And I said, look, I'm in the entertainment industry, these are my clothes, but that bag has some significant items in there, okay? I think you should open it, because there's some older people here. And her eyes just popped open, and then everybody behind the counter started looking in my bag. The guys from Aero, Mexico were there. I mean, there were retired flight attendants from Pan Am looking at my bag, okay? I was mortified, okay? Next thing you know, she pulls out a hose. And I go, what the fuck? And, you know, and then my compressor to my sleep apnea machine. So this was way before Bruno, but I'm sure she thought it was Bruno's fucking machine, you know? So I was just mortified. So I said, no, this is the business I'm in. I'm in the entertainment industry. I'm looking to buy some stores in Atlanta, and I manufacture. They were all packaged, thank God, you know, because I wouldn't touch that shit, you know? And she says, you're really in that business. She says, are you the president of a dildo company? And I said, no, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Thank you very much. My name's Spanky.